Hey dude, what's happening? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Bitcoin. Right now we're at 8,395. We're up 1.9%. And guys, what I wanted to mention first of all, I'm on dad duty right now. I'm in between my businesses and my wife's at work, so I got my little guy in here with me. So if you hear him in the background, I apologize. He's just a young little fella and not talking much, but you're probably going to hear him blabbering in the background. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. I wanted to get this in for you though, because we're at some important key levels right now. So we're going to dig into this. Guys, if you like these, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate you being here with me. So with Bitcoin right now, what we were looking at, remember when I did this video, probably about a week ago, we were looking at the rising wedge, and we went through the rising wedge, basically, guys, through the encyclopedia of chart patterns is what we were looking at. And with that encyclopedia of chart patterns, excuse me, guys, with the encyclopedia of chart patterns, we were trying to identify what would happen, what type of a break we would have out of this rising wedge, and if we go to the upside or if we're going to go to the downside in the percentages. So what happened was we had a clean break out of this bottom trend line of the rising wedge, and we ended up falling all the way down to about that 7,400. And what you're kind of seeing now is that little bit of a pullback. So sometimes, guys, you'll have a fall, and then you'll pull back to this trend line before eventually falling again. And that's something we want to pay attention to, because if we continue to run up here, we're going to have overhead resistance at around $8,800, right in that range, $8,800 to $9,000. So could we make it up to 9,000? Absolutely. But the problem with that is we're already having, like right now, we're looking at the 12-hour for Bitcoin. You're seeing the stock RSI is pegged out at 197 right now. So say we are to push higher to that 9,000, that would definitely be a time I bet people would be looking for some type of a retracement. Now, guys, as long as we're keeping higher highs and higher lows, everything's good. No problem at all right there. But what we need to continue to do is have strong volume to make this type of move. And right now our volume has been tailing off. So I want you to pay attention to that. Volume's tailing off right now. And also you can see our stochastic RSI. That's what I like to use. I like to use basically candlestick patterns with the stochastic RSI off support and resistance and moving averages. That's what I like to do. And right now in the 12-hour, we're up above the 20 EMA, we're up above the 50 moving average, up above the 100 moving average, and the 200-day moving average. So that's something that's pretty interesting right now on the 12-hour. So now what we're going to do, we're going to bounce out to the 1-day and take a look where some of these indicators are. And I also wanted to point out to y'all, while I have you here, concerns over Facebook data use derailed at least 3 crypto partnerships, and it's talking about that Facebook global coin. Personally, I want to talk to you about this, guys. I am not a fan of Facebook at all. If you are, Godspeed. I'm not mad at you, anything. It's just my personal preference. I'm a bit more of a libertarian. I don't like what they've been doing with all their privacy, everything else that's taken place. I am absolutely not going to invest 1 penny into global coin. So if someone's going to ask me and say, hey, you know, great percentage gains, yes, there's probably going to be great percentage gains, but I don't want anything to do with it. Truly, guys, I really don't want anything to do with it. So that's just me. But that's some of the news that's going up. So right now, guys, you can see the news is over here. So you'll have this, you'll have your price range, and then some of the other cryptocurrencies that I'm looking at. I always keep these up and pay attention. I have Litecoin, I have Civic, Bitcoin, Quantum, Populous, OMG, Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, XRP. These are some of the ones that I like to look at, along with some other ones. But that's what I have right now, guys, for you. So Bitcoin on the 1-day now. Take a look at the stochastic. We're moving straight up right now. What we're trying to do is get over top of this right here. That was around 45, and we're doing it, guys. So we're going to have to see what happens. There's still more room to run on the 1-day, and that's nice. You know, maybe, guys, for us to get back up to this point, it's going to take the price getting up to that $9,000 region, but we're going to need volume to accompany it. And at some point, guys, we're going to need some type of a retracement or a cool down. I mean, this has been one heck of a solid move here. So if we take this and we Fibonacci this, so we'll just go from the swing low up to the swing high. The deepest retracement that we had was this 0.236, and now it's at 76.92. So guys, eventually, even back down in this area, this 0.382 at 68.22 would not be a terrible spot to find some type of higher low. Say we come up here, guys, so we come up and we feel kind of double top, we would want to come back down eventually here and find some type of support around that 0.236, that 0.382, or that 0.5. I know there's some other traders who are really looking at these Fibonacci levels as well, so we do want to pay attention to that, guys. So the upside target around that $9,000, downside target, we would want to see that 76.92 hold, then we'd want to see that 0.382 around 68.22 is what we're going to want to hold. Then maybe, guys, if we get down to that 0.5 and that 0.618. So now we're going to go out to our RSI and take a look at this. So let's do our relative strength index. And on a relative strength index, it may look like we're breaking out of this just a little bit here. I always like to draw trend lines. Guys, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here for us. So we're going to see if we break out through that. If we break out through that on some volume, I would probably see up here around that $9,000, guys, is what I'd be looking at. We're at 59, so there's plenty of room to run to the upside there, which is a good thing on the 1 day. Next, let's take a look at our MACD. And you guys tell me what you think about the global coin and all that. And if you're a person who wants to make some money off it or whatever, I'm not hating on you at all. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. So that's why I will not be investing in it. But what we're seeing right here, we're paying attention to see if we get some type of a MACD cross here over our signal line. And our histogram's starting to tick to the positive there, guys. Okay? Guys, I apologize. My son here getting a little ornery, so I'm not going to have you sit through all that. But I wanted to bring this to you, and we're going to pay attention also as well. Looks like we pushed up, came back up again, and we're going to see if this is some type of a right shoulder and a failure, and we'll look for that neckline, or if we're going to come back up here and test some higher levels here, guys. So I'll get off the stream now. I appreciate you being here with me. Hopefully I'll be able to get another one once my wife gets home here, and we'll probably do Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash, something like that, and we'll take a look at it. So God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.